What's up, squad? Back with another video. I seen this how it's going out. Make sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. Definitely a video that I definitely want to check out. Definitely want to check this out. Definitely like this is necessary. It's truly necessary. I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. You have something. I definitely applied. A big shout out to Brandon Tatum, Officer Tatum, of doing this. Going there himself. Getting boots on the ground, as they say, of getting things together. Not only talking to the best friends of Nolan Wells, but also going on the island and everything. Truly everything. And it's definitely pretty cool that he's even doing this. I'm not even gonna lie. Truly, you sometimes you gotta take matter in your own hands. And one thing about it, that's why I said I applaud him. Check it out.
So I saw you on television. You had an interview, and I felt like you laid out a few things that I think the world needs to know and be clear about.
Okay.
And the first one is the relationship that you had with Nolan. Can you explain your relationship with Nolan?
Yeah, I will. So his mom got on TV, as everybody has seen, and said that she didn't know me. And man, that can't be farthest from the truth. Me and Nolan, I met Nolan in 9th grade in a second block class. It was math. He was one of the first guys I made friends with. It was somebody I made a connection to. Like off rip, he was an athlete. I could tell he was an athlete. When I walked into class, we sat really close to each other. And all he did, he turned around and asked me for a pencil when I first met him in 9th grade when I moved to Ocean Springs. Man, it was tough. And the relationship there has always been best friend in my eyes. I never wanted to take away how close somebody else was with Nolan, but Nolan was my best friend. That was a guy I knew I could call at any point in time. He called me at 11 o'clock on the 4th to see where I was parked at. Man, me and Nolan have countless nights of him giving me advice on my girlfriend, on my life in general. Nolan has been the only friend, and I love my friends and my best friends in this group of guys, but Nolan has been the only person that ever tell me like he's proud of what I've done. He's proud of how hard I worked. He's proud of me going overseas to go play ball. That was my guy. Like, that was my best friend.
Yeah, and so how does it make you feel when the media, activists are coming out and alluding to the fact that you may have something to do with what happened to Nolan on that day?
Man, that hurts. It hurts is an understatement. I beat myself up every night I lay down. I beat myself up anytime it crosses my mind. Because in my head, if I wasn't drinking, if I didn't get into that altercation, maybe I would be able to do something. Maybe I would have saw something. Maybe I would have told Nolan, hey, man, you're not going with that girl. Just come back with us. We're going back a little bit later. We can go meet up with the guys later. Maybe it just plays out different. And then the fact that they're going to play that is I'm already trying to mourn my friend's death as is, and I'm blaming myself for it. To put that in my head is a next level of hurt that can't be truly explained. Because man, it's hard to put into words. Generally, it's backstabbing from a sense of a community that I thought I had with my skin color, and they stay so strong together, and I'm supposed to be one of them, but I come up and I speak, and now I'm the person to blame. Now I'm not dark enough for them. I'm not black enough for them, and now I'm the issue. It doesn't make sense in my head.
But I feel like a lot of times, like a lot of us, obviously I'm black. And I feel like a lot of us, and not everybody is like this, but I feel like there's a very big majority of us that truly gets taught, get taught to, watch out for white people, don't like white people, this, that, and the other. I feel like when you get taught that, that's truly not, I'm not going to say all but that's most of what you know. And I feel like it's definitely like a hurting thing, to be like that. And, I ain't gonna say that I truly got taught that, all the way, but somewhat of it. I've always had white friends. Literally, my nana's, they used to be our foster. They're older now. They're literally at my house, brother and sister, both white. You know, I truly I don't see that. You know, I don't see that. But it's the thing that a lot of parents teach their kids to do. And I'm not saying it's just black people. You know, but in this case, it's just sad of hearing the hurt in his voice and what he's saying. Oh, I'm not black enough. Oh, I'm not this. I'm not that. You know, and I thought we was in this together. No, I mean, I'm gonna be real with you, brother. I'm gonna be real with a lot of people that think it's that way. It's truly not. It's truly not. And you starting to see, you know, people true colors with everything. I've seen people ever since I even started this, and I had grew to have a different mindset. And hearing what other family members had to say about a situation that I knew I was talking about, it truly showed me that, like, dang, bro, like they lost, they in denial about this, you know, and it's truly sickening.
Doesn't make sense.
Was Nolan? I mean, obviously you were in the friend group, but the way the media makes it seem is that almost as if Nolan was the only black person in this whole friend group. Mm-hmm. Now they don't even mention you. They don't bring you up in this whole thing
at all. And it's just a picture of Nolan and his white buddies. They didn't mention him. I think his name is Tristan or something like that. They don't mention him at all.
Comes to like what happened on at Horn Island. So what's your take on Nolan being, you know, presented as like the only black kid in a group of all these white boys?
That's crazy, man. I know we've spoken a little bit, but that friend group that I'm a part of to this day was the first friend group I was in when I moved to Ocean Springs as a new kid coming in. I never knew any of them. I known one, kind of, sort of, back from grade school because we went to the same private school together, but that was it. And him being the only black person, minority, any of that measure is insane. Our friend group is diverse from the max. Like, we have a mixed guy. I mean, we had Nolan in our friend group. There's an Asian a part of our friend group. There's a Latino that they're trying to perceive as white. He's truly authentic Mexican. His parents are from Mexico. They came over legally and they did everything right, and he's been here since. It blows my mind because our friend group is not a friend group that sees race. Our friend group sees what good you do for other people, what good you bring, and how the type of person you truly are and where your morals lie. That's one thing in common. Me and my friends might not agree on everything, but our morals align. Our morals know. So for them to even make that narrative up really shows you have no idea what it's like down here on the coast. You have no idea how tight-knit Ocean Springs as a community is. You don't understand it. You don't see the thousands of kids in the high school football stands cheering their team on. Nobody cares what color you are. We're there to have fun and to just live. And that's how Nolan lived. That's how I live now. I've grown up and I have more big boy stuff, but in high school, all I cared about was going to hang out with my guys. And I mean, on a personal level that leads off of it, is like, it got me in trouble with my girlfriend just because I wanted to be with the guys. I never once thought, man, they look at me different. Man, I'm kind of an outcast to them. No. All their moms have always welcomed me with open arms.
Exactly.
Anytime I needed anything, I knew I could call them and their parents, and they would do anything in the world for me. So with Crump pushing this narrative, it's wrong.
Yeah,
it's completely wrong, especially about our friend group.
Yeah, I find it, you know, especially after talking to you, meeting some of the guys, that it seems like there was an agenda. But can you walk us through just your perspective from that day? You know, I don't know if did you go with them initially? Were you a part of the group that went to Horn Island?
So I wasn't, no, clear that up. No, I was not on the boat with them. Yes, I was a part of the group that was supposed to go out. So the only reason why I did not go on the boat is I got begged to go, but my uncle, we also took 12 people out on our boat, not including us two, so 14. And my uncle My uncle knows the passengers wouldn't have helped. Generally wouldn't have helped with anything. With that many people on a boat, you need a little bit of help. So my uncle was like, hey, can you just ride out with me and you can go do your thing throughout the day on the island? I don't care. I don't need you. I just need help to get out there and then pick everything up. Because I know all these people are going to be drunk and they're not going to want to do the extras that nobody sees about going out on the boat.
Everybody that continue to keep on saying, he wasn't drinking, he wasn't this. Everybody that has spoke, every post that I've seen, everything that I've seen that so many people have clearly said that alcohol was involved.
Right.
And from my comments and from what people are saying, because I've been on the water, but I don't drink. From what people are saying, it's kind of like obviously common sense that alcohol and water, that it don't do good. It's not good being on the water.
So I told Wyatt that, and oops, my bad. But I told him.
It's good.
I told him that, and I told him everything, which was go to plan. We were leaving a little bit earlier than them. I was gonna try to have a spot saved out, and Nolan calls me at 11 o'clock. I missed his phone call. He called me twice. I missed both of them. I saw Wyatt and Nolan on the boat. They pulled right in front of our boat, and they were screaming. I turned my head and I was like, "Yo, there's a spot over there," where they end up anchoring out. I helped them set their stern anchor. From the time they showed up until now, going back to it, 20 minutes before they left, I was with them. That's who I was with. I spent all day with them, minus the morning time before they got out there. But from the time they got out there to the time they went back in, I was with them. Those are my friends, man. Those are my guys.
Yeah, I want to get a few more details.
I'm sorry about that.
I know that. Yeah, go ahead. I know that you were all over the news because there was a perceived fight. People, this is the thing that gets me, and I want to clarify this. When I saw the video that they put out on the internet claiming that Nolan was saying, "Give me my effing phone back," Nolan's coach came out and said immediately he knew it wasn't Nolan's voice. And obviously it wasn't Nolan's voice because you were the one that was
me yelling,
in there yelling. You got into an altercation.
So it was him that was yelling. Okay. For all the people that got something to say, it was him that was yelling. Okay, makes sense.
With somebody. What happened after that? Like,
I gotta give a huge applause again for Officer Tatum for doing this. I ain't gonna lie.
Put me in your place where the fight is over, whatever happened. Nolan is somewhere, you're somewhere, you're hanging out. And when was the last time that you saw Nolan before you left Horn Island?
So, after the fight, I didn't stay on Horn Island much longer. So the objective, I was really upset. So with you hearing me yelling, my uncle had told me to get on the boat and wouldn't let me back off the boat. Obviously, I was really mad and I wanted to fight, wanted to get up. What wasn't smart, man. Mm-hmm. And so I was on the boat, I'm yelling, and shortly after that, I left the island. I left probably 30 to 45 minutes after I got into a fight. We started to pack up and left because I was so upset. As Javon mentions, that they were ready to get me back to land because I was really mad. I was genuinely really mad. But the last time I saw Nolan, I was walking to the boat. This was before the fight. It's me and my old lady. We had just got out of a group of people. Nolan was walking towards Wyatt's boat. I was walking in the opposite direction towards my boat. And I dabbed Nolan up. I made a slick comment about something, actually about the girl that he was with. I made a slick comment to him, us joking around, and I kept going. And not even 10 minutes after that is when I got into a fight. Last thing I told Nolan was, "All right, buddy, I love you. See you later."
Dang, bro.
And I'm glad I said it.
Dang.
I had been under the influence a little bit, and that's probably why I did say it at the time.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna definitely say this, and I mean it. I truly mean it. I definitely have to say that I absolutely got hella love for this dude right here, because it takes it just goes to show you on how, well spoken and mature he is, and the simple fact I know, but him taking accountability is what I'm saying. There's a lot of people that truly don't take accountability for the things they do. And for him to sit there and actually take accountability for him saying, I did drink too much, I did do this, I did do that, and that's something I shouldn't have done. That's something that I, you know what I mean? Like this, and I definitely gotta give him that, because there's a lot of people that truly don't. It's grown. I'm talking about this grown ass men that do not. I'm talking about at all take accountability. Grown people at that.
Getting all lovey-dovey, but I'm at peace. I said it. I'm glad I said it. That was my last encounter with Nolan. I was telling him I love him.
Did you have any? So you leave the island. Did you have any encounters or association with these phones, with the keys? Did you have any connection to any of that?
I did not. So what I know, Warren started. I got my first phone call from Warren at about 9:20. I didn't answer it. I was asleep. I'd been on the boat all day. I didn't feel like going to party anymore. I went to bed. So I got my first phone call about 9:20, and I didn't wake up again until a little after 11 o'clock. And that was to my brother coming in the room being like, hey, Warren's trying to get a hold of you. You need to answer the phone. They're looking for Nolan. And I'm half awake, and I pick up the phone. And by this time, nobody had came to the house to grab anything. And Warren gets on the phone, and he's just like, hey, man, he was like, hey, have you talked to Nolan? Anything else? I was like, no, I haven't talked to him, man. He was with that girl last time I knew. And he was like, okay. He was like, man, we can't get a hold of him. We don't know where he's at. And I was like, man, it's Nolan. He's probably just out somewhere with that girl. Like, get a hold of the girl, you'll probably find Nolan. It's no big deal. And he was like, all right. He was like, but we're starting to freak out. We're getting on the phone with Coast Guard. I was like, okay. And at that time, he had already talked to his mom, Nolan's mom.
Christine.
And he was getting on the phone with the Coast Guard. And I'd called. I need to be specific about this. I did not call Warren's phone. I called another one of our buddies' phone, and it was on speakerphone. They were all together. I was talking on my other buddy's phone, talking to Warren. He was dialing Coast Guard because he hung up the phone and was like, hey, this is them, bye, and hung up the phone. And that was the last time I talked to him until the next morning when we all decided, when I woke up about 7 o'clock that morning, we had all decided that we were going to go out on the boat and go look for Nolan. Wyatt had already had his boat still in the water. We took that boat out. It was
what day are we talking?
That's Sunday morning.
Sunday morning on the 6th. The 5th?
So it was Saturday the 4th was the 4th of July. Mm-hmm. The 5th was Sunday. We were on the water from 9:45 to 11:50, 12 o'clock era, about lunchtime. Mm-hmm. While we were on the water, we talked to a rescue guy, and he told us to get off the water and said that they kind of had the island and the water under control. That's the professionals, man.
Yeah.
They told us to get on social media and find out any information we can. And by that time, we had already talked to a good amount of people out there. So it just made sense. So we went back in and we concluded our search and started the search off socials and started sharing everything we could and try to get a hold of anybody that could have talked to Nolan, that Nolan possibly would have reached out to. And that led into the night. It led all night long. I didn't sleep at all Sunday. Monday, I was up at 5 a.m. I was putting fuel in our boat at 6. I got told that we were taking out another boat to Chandelier at 7. So I put my boat back on the lift, and I went to McDonald's, and then I got the news after I left McDonald's that his body was found. So it was already a plan that we were going and searching and trying to do everything we possibly can. And that's all I wanted to do. Is I wasn't there to help him out in his last minutes, but now I feel like as a friend and as one of my guys, man, I do everything in my power to help now. And that's why I have reached out to the family. I have donated to the family, and I have giving them just your normal death gifts, I would say, as you pay your respects. And
Do you think Benjamin Crump being involved in this case made it better or worse?
100,000 times % worse. Because why on the Tuesday after where has your civil rights been broken? Where has it been shown? You brought Benjamin Crump to stir up a community that's already tight-knit. Yeah, we might not be best friends with everybody, but I promise, if you're talking about Ocean Springs as a whole, Ocean Springs is gonna have Ocean Springs back, 110%. We back each other. Everybody I've seen, we back each other. And for them to push this narrative and really push it, just shows me is like you have no idea who you're dealing with or who you're messing with. And I think he's taking the grieving parents and manipulating and turning this and making it sound all bad, because nothing's like that at all. No.
Have you gotten death threats? Because I know that the other young men that I spoke to about this, especially the white young men, they're getting all kind of death threats. They're being accused of killing Nolan. Did you get the same backlash and threats that some of those guys have gotten?
Yes, I've gotten the death threats per se, but I've also gotten the threats along the lines of where it's like I've been cast out of the black community. I've been called white. I've been called a wetback.
I'm gonna be 100. I've been called that too. A lot of people can't. They can't take that. A lot of people can't, deal with that, and that's what makes it, really sad. About it is that so many people can't really, they can't deal with it. And the simple fact of people doing this and they saying this, especially people that truly don't know anything that's going on, that look at fake AI pictures or fake AI videos. I'm telling you, it's a sickening thing.
All these things, I've been sent photos of me and my grandmother, and they've been told that she's the devil. She's just looking for the time to kill you. You need to be careful and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, man, if y'all want to know the story, the only people that's showed up for me in my whole life has been my white side of my family.
Damn, man.
So for y'all to sit there and drag their name and to drag me down, and I'm supposed to be one of y'all, and you're supposed to have my back, and we're supposed to be in this together.
It's messed up.
And it's really eye-opening.
Did it shock you that it turned this way? Meaning that, you see everything happen. Nolan was your friend. From all the young men I talked to, it seemed like Nolan was the life of the party. Everybody loved Nolan. He gets along with everybody. Everybody's cool. And everybody feels like Nolan made them feel like everybody's his best friend, right? I mean, everybody felt connected to Nolan. Were you shocked that it turned like this? I mean, where this community was tight-knit, Nolan's friend group was tight. He ends up losing his life in an unfortunate situation, which nobody knows exactly what happened. Did it shock you that it turned into some racial thing?
Yes, racial, I do agree. Now, it going famous or going viral, that part didn't shock me. Thinking about it and being honest, like, that's not a surprise because everybody did love Nolan. Especially around here, everybody loved Nolan. So for people to repost that, they know Nolan. I mean, they know he did not have one hateful thing in his heart.
Second person that said
And
this.
racism, no. That was a shock. That was a complete shock from his mom and from his stepdad. Like, that's a shock. That's an utter shock because it's like, first off, I'm not gonna. I don't know.
See, it's a lot of stuff that he can't say. he can't really speak on, and he's trying to, and it's honestly trying to be respectful on top of trying to protect. You know what I mean? Trying to protect and by being respectful. You know, I truly, you know, see exactly what he's doing. But I look at the simple fact that, again, I've said it before, even before he said it, that it's the simple fact that you have so many people, and this the sad thing about it, that obviously don't know what's going on. But you have Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton that made this thing completely about race and then turned this family into that. You know, this whole racial thing, and it's sickening of what they doing. I'm telling y'all.
For this, Nolan wasn't fully black. Nolan's mixed. Nolan has a little bit of Asian in him. You don't hear that though. You don't.
Wow.
So to turn it as like somebody's harping down on Nolan because of the color of his skin, you don't know us. You don't know our community. It's crazy that people are just running with a lie. And it's so easy for people to believe it from the outside, looking into Mississippi's history, per se. But it's like, you're looking at history. Let's go to each state's history. I bet they're not the best with black people. Like, people change. You learn history so you don't repeat it.
Come on now.
Everybody.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna stop the video right here. It has been a long, and we, you know, go into, you know, more when it comes down. You know, I'm gonna make sure I'm trying my best to drop that second part, depending on what's coming out, because I just looked at X, and you know, it's more things that have come out about this, you know, investigation. But when I tell y'all that this young man is well spoken, he truly is well spoken, and you can definitely tell, you know, that he's well spoken. And I absolutely love the simple fact that he is, you know, speaking up, not only, you know, being respectful when it comes down to it, you know, and speaking with Brandon, but also the simple fact that he's protecting others, you know, even the ones that don't like him. You know what I mean? So it truly just goes to show you his character. And one thing about it is that I truly love the simple fact that, you know, again, that Brandon Tatum is doing this, you know, because it gives these guys, you know, more to tell within their story and what's going on, you know, within it. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know comments and thoughts on this video. Catch y'all next one.